Sleithia dros ei llwybrau a thaim o'i hyd. Tir oedd ein dewinoedd ar gan yn un ar gwynt yr ori.
Mountain meditation. When it comes to meditation, mountains have a lot to teach us. They can remind us of why we are sitting and what it means to simply be. Being amongst the mountains of the Coed, we can feel their presence, stability and strength. The invitation is to come either to sit in a place that feels safe or to come to stand, noticing the sensations of the soles of the feet connecting, rooted. You can do this in the house, in the garden, or you can choose somewhere outside to take a pause. You may have a favourite spot or a tree that you can sit underneath. And when you're ready, allowing your eyes to close. And if it feels comfortable to do so, bringing awareness to the breath, the actual physical sensations, feeling each breath as it comes in and goes out. Letting the breath be just as it is, without trying to change it in any way. Allowing it to flow easily and naturally, with its own rhythm and pace, knowing you are breathing perfectly well right now. There's nothing for you to do. Allowing the body to become as still as you can and easing yourself into your chosen posture. Maybe bringing an awareness to the contact of the feet on the floor, the weight of the body through the sitting bones, the sensation of the hands resting or touching each other. A sense of completeness and wholeness. And as you sit here, letting an image form in your mind's eye of the most magnificent or beautiful mountain. This may be a mountain you know well. You may be able to see it from where you are sitting. You might be remembering or imagining a mountain. or even one from a picture. So letting it gradually come into a greater focus. And even if it doesn't come as a visual image, allowing the sense of the mountain and the feeling of its overall shape, its lofty peak, large base rooted in the earth's crust, its steep or gently sloping sides, allowing this to come into the mind's eye. Taking some time over this. Noticing how massive it is, how solid, how unmoving, how beautiful, whether it's far away or close up. Perhaps your mountain has snow on its peaks, with trees reaching down to the base. There may be streams and waterfalls cascading down the slopes. There may be one peak or a series of peaks. Maybe meadows or high lakes. So observing it, noting its qualities. When you're ready, seeing if you can bring the mountain into your own body sitting here, so that your body and the mountain in your mind's eye become one. So as you sit here, you share the massiveness and the stillness and the majesty of the mountain. You become the mountain. So feeling grounded in a sitting posture, your head becomes the lofty peak, supported by the rest of the body. Your shoulders and arms the sides of the mountains. The buttocks and the legs the solid base rooted to your cushion or your chair. Maybe experiencing throughout the body a sense of uplift from deep within your pelvis and spine. And with each breath, as you continue sitting, becoming a little more of a breathing mountain, alive and vital, yet unwavering in your inner stillness, completely what you are, beyond words and thoughts, a centered, grounded, and moving presence. And as you sit here, becoming aware of the fact that as the sun travels across the sky, the light and the shadows and the colours are changing moment by moment. And the surface teems with life and activity, streams, waterfalls, plants and wildlife. And as the mountain sits, seeing and feeling how night follows day and day follows night. The bright warming sun, followed by the cool night sky, studded with stars, followed by the gradual dawning of a new day. And through it all, the mountain just sits, experiencing change in each moment, constantly changing. Yes, always being itself. It remains still as the seasons flow into one another and as the weather changes, moment by moment, day by day. In summer, there's no snow on the mountain. In autumn, the mountain may wear a coat of vibrant colours. In winter, a blanket of snow or ice. In any season, it may find itself covered by clouds or fog, or pelted by the freezing rain. And people may come to see the mountain and comment on how beautiful it is, or how it's not a good day to see the mountain. It's too cloudy or rainy or foggy or dark. None of this matters to the mountains, which remains at all times the same. Clouds may come and clouds may go. Tourists may like it or not. The mountain's magnificence and beauty are not changed one bit by whether people see it or not. Seen or unseen, in sun or clouds, day or night. It just sits, being itself. At times it might be visited by violent storms, battered by snow and rain and winds. And through it all, the mountain sits. Spring comes. Leaves come on the trees, flowers bloom. Birds sing in the trees once again. The streams may overflow. And through it all, the mountain continues to sit, unmoved by the weather, by what happens on its surface, remaining its essential self through the seasons, changing weather, the activity ebbing and flowing on its surface. And in the same way, as we sit in silence, we can learn to experience the mountain. We can embody the same central, unwavering stillness and groundedness in face of everything that changes in our own lives, over seconds, over hours, over years. In our lives and in our mindfulness practice, we experience the constant change of the nature of the mind and body and of the outer world. We may have our own periods of light and darkness, activity and inactivity, our moments of colour and our moments of dullness. It's true that we experience different types of storms, both in our outer world and in our own minds and bodies. Knocked by winds, by cold and rain. We endure periods of darkness and pain, as well as moments of joy and lightness. Even our appearance changes constantly, experience a weather of its own. By becoming the mountain in our practice, we can link up with its strength and stability and adopt them for our own. It may help us to see that our thoughts and feelings, our emotional storms and crises, even the things that happen to us, are very much like the weather on the mountain. There's no need to shy away from the weather in our own lives, to let it be, to honour it for what it is, and to be aware of this changing weather. Mountains have this to teach us, and much more if we can simply notice. Is it possible for us to be like the mountains of the Carneddau? Solid, stable, complete and whole, regardless of how the different weather may surround us. How's your inner weather today?